if Florida State somehow struggles, I don't know how you just don't get the biggest blank check, fly over to Boulder, Colorado, and say, Mr. Sanders, can you be the head coach
You
of
can't
the
do that.
Noles?
It's not the head coach.
Mike Norvell has accomplished too much.
Way too much. Ed,
What the has Mike Norvell accomplished?
he was undefeated.
He was undefeated. He should have made the college football playoff.
If his quarterback never got hurt, it'd be.
There's no doubt about it. If his quarterback doesn't get hurt,
I was never.
they're there. That's not the thing. They were undefeated all the way. They were undefeated. So
in the ACC,
they're still undefeated.
But still,
okay, but you guys are acting like he's done too much.
He's done enough to not get fired.
He's
Deion
done
hasn't
more
done
than
enough.
Deion has.
Deion hasn't done enough.
I think it's more about Deion not doing enough and than Mike Norvell doing more. But
bro, if Deion would have been 500,
Deion goes to Florida State, shut down Miami, shut down Florida. He gets every fucking recruit out of Florida and Texas and New Orleans and fucking Alabama.
But that doesn't mean they're gonna win shit.
This last
he's a CEO. He's a head. You bring in the coaches, he brings in the guys, and let the fucking coordinators fucking coordinate.
But he hasn't brought in anyone who's any good to coordinate shit yet.
He's changed some coordinators.
No, he brought in RG3 and Warren Sapp. Like two motherfuckers that nobody wanted.
Not coordinators.
Exactly, but he hasn't brought in anybody to do shit. That's the thing. Like, he hasn't brought in anyone to do anything. So why would you trust him to bring in somebody? He can bring in all the players you want. That's no doubt about it. He can get them. The last 3 months haven't looked great for him. There's guys saying that it's toxic as fuck there, that it's all about his kids. There's people saying that. And you're getting players that are leaving.
There's a narrative, man. He's done a shit ton. He's done good as well. There's negative and there's positive. And
yeah, but the problem is that there's stories. There's the stories that are. There's no stories that really come out of other coaches because other coaches aren't praised the way Deion is in the media. Everyone in the media sees Deion as this darling, and in reality, all these kids that are leaving are letting you know that he's not. Like all the coaches, we don't get those stories from other head coaches.
He's a tough coach. He sets expectations.
It doesn't seem like he's tough. It seems like he's tough.
No.
With everyone but his kids. That's the problem.
Well, that's
what it looks like. It literally looks like it's daddy ball. That's what it looks like.
No, you're saying then he's a bad father. He's a great fucking father.
I'm not saying he's a bad father.
Those Shiloh and they're both good kids.
Yeah,
they're phenomenal kids. I'm not talking
weeks ago. You said exactly what he's saying a couple weeks ago.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's catering to them, and everyone else is like, fuck you. Is what it seems like, and that's what kids that are leaving are saying. It's like, oh, these two are my kids, and everyone else, or three, right? Because Travis Hunter, that's his daddy.
When you leave your ex-girlfriend, do you ever fucking say good things about your fucking ex-girlfriend?
We don't see other kids leaving, going to other places, and talking bad about Kirby, about Debo, about Saban. We don't see it.
I've seen that all the time.
Where?
Nick Saban didn't even know my fucking name, and I was a 5-star. A lot of people.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
A lot of people talk shit about when they leave Alabama. That happens all the time. When you leave, it's because you weren't good enough and you weren't gonna fucking start.
What he's done in the last 3 months doesn't look good.
What has he done in the last 3 months?
Everyone's complaining. There's so many stories out there. There's bad media. It's all over the place.
He's the most covered, and he's
the most covered. He's the most praised because he took a team that won one game to win 4.
As much praise as he gets, he gets just as much negative fucking press. As much praise as he get, there's a ton of people that want to see him fucking lose.
ESPN don't say nothing negative. This man, I've never seen so much great press for a 4-win fucking team.
Well, when you only won 1 last year.
It's Colorado, man. 4 was a given.
Oh,
if he loses, he doesn't stay in Colorado past this season. I'll book that.
Oh, book that, yeah.
Because he can't recruit a quarterback.
He's only been in college and he's only had his son. Why would he? Of course, he hasn't recruited a quarterback because his fucking son plays quarterback. Why would you go?
What the fuck?
If your kid's going to the league next year, you need one.
Eddie,
I agree. He's not going to be at Colorado next year.
Did Nick Saban not have fucking Jalen Hurts and Bryce Young and Mac Brown?
If you're a fucking 5-star quarterback, if you're
like that was just boom, 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 boom.
Listen. If you have any fucking sense, you're a 4-star, 5-star fucking quarterback. You're not going to Colorado because he's there. And you're thinking, this motherfucker's going to be gone. You're saying he hasn't recruited a quarterback. Of course he hasn't recruited a quarterback.
Well, I'm confused. He should be recruiting.
Of course.
Because Shedeur leaves after this year.
He ain't going to be there next year. That's what I'm...
If he doesn't win...
I've said that for a while.
If he wins 4 games again, he's gone. Nobody's giving him a job. I'm sorry, but no. If you're Florida State and you go 9-3 and Deion goes 4-8, you're firing Norvell to take Deion?
No.
You're doing that? You couldn't win in the Big 12. You gonna come roll over here? Come on.
Yeah, and it's also about Deion not taking a lesser job, and even I would say a lateral. Like I only see Deion going up, and I don't see any teams up there taking him.
Deion was offered bigger jobs in Colorado. The reason he didn't take him is because his son fucking would have to compete for a fucking spot. He took a job where he knew his kid was gonna fucking start. He was gonna control things. Auburn fucking wanted him. There's schools that fucking and Florida.
I said that was a bad idea.
And Florida State is one of them. If they don't fucking win this year,
it's not this year. It's not this year.
I don't think so.
I think Florida State is
gonna want to deal with that. Nobody's gonna want to
deal with what? Did you see the fucking hype and the
just
money?
Because you can get
that hype was
the money that he brought to the fucking school.
He brought it already. It ain't gonna come anymore. I promise you that.
Oh my God!
Listen, after they started losing, The Rock didn't show up anymore. The Rock wasn't on the sideline no more. Guess who you got on the sideline? Because when you had The Rock, you had Michael Irvin cracking ass, and then after that, you had Cameron. You had Cameron because you couldn't get The Rock anymore because you were losing.
Even Lil Wayne stopped showing up.
Even Lil Wayne stopped showing up. He ain't got shit to do.
He don't.
Come on. So they're talking about nacho cheese. Cheese, dude.
You wouldn't take him at Auburn.
No, and I told you that when they offered him because Deion is liable to always leave to Florida State. If he succeeds, he is liable. The minute he succeeds and Florida State struggles, he's gone.
That's what I just said. You guys said it was fucking crazy.
Last year. No.
Replacing Norvell is crazy.
At this point, it is. I'm talking about if you're Auburn and you throw all this money at him. I told you guys that before he signed to Colorado, we said it here. Oh, Auburn is stupid because if you pay him, he will be gone and he's going to take his players. And that's exactly what he did. He took the the 2 best players that he had, and he took them with him. He will do that if you're Auburn and you would have signed him or whoever, and he succeeds and Florida State struggles, and all of a sudden they fire their coach because this guy's now doing well, they're definitely going to bring him in, and you're going to get fucked. And you're going to be set back 3 years.
Okay, so let's say he gets 8 wins.
Uh-huh.
Now what?
You don't think about
Auburn.
Is Norvell 9-3? I'm never taking Deion at Auburn or at any big legit school that's had history. Auburn, LSU, all of those schools. I never take Deion because if Florida State struggles, he will leave you and he will set you back 3 years. He will pull all his recruits. They will follow his ass and you will now be set back. You literally, if you're LSU and you sign him, just as an example, you take LSU, Deion succeeds and he goes 10-2. And next season, Florida State is open. Guess who's gone? You now lost your quarterback, your wide receiver, your corners, and probably your badass defensive end to Florida State. And now you have nothing. And the next year, you're going to win 4 fucking games.
LSU will never have nothing. LSU will always fucking.
But if Deion goes to Florida, it's not like he's going. It would be LSU to Florida State, right? It's not like it's Colorado to Florida State.
You guys are fucking proving my fucking point that I said that fucking you're saying that Norvell fucking wins 9 games, but
Norvell's not getting fired with 9 wins.
You keep on saying that he's going to keep leaving to Florida State. That's what I'm fucking saying.
That will always be there. Not this year. There's not. He goes.
Okay, let's say Norvell wins 7 games.
Norvell's not winning 7 games. Norvell's not getting 54th
fired. Fucking ranked in fucking Dublin, fucking Ireland.
Norvell
to fucking Georgia.
Norvell
fucking
just
Tech.
got an extension last year. It would cost way too much money. Number one,
they never fire fucking.
They do.
College.
But you're not. Nobody gets fired. They go undefeated, and then he wins 7 or 8 games. Trust me, he's not going to win 7 or 8 games because the ACC isn't that good. Okay, they probably not going to lose a game now until they face Miami or Clemson, whichever that game is. They're probably not going to lose another game until then. He's too good of a coach, and he's had your team in the top 10 or 15 for the last 4 years or whatever.
But you keep on saying you're saying this, but on the other side,
I told you guys
on the other side of your mouth, you're saying you can't fucking hire him because he's leaving to Florida State. So which one is it?
Eddie, you can. I'm talking about in the future. I'm not talking about right now. I'm not talking about from Colorado to Florida State because that's not happening. Not happening. I told you last year on this fucking show when Auburn offered him, don't sign him because if he has a good year, he's gone. He will be gone eventually, and he will take the whole fucking team. That is not happening this year.
But you won't get rid of Norvell.
Not this year. Not this year. You think they're firing him this year? Not this year. He's not getting fired this year. I'll bet any amount of money Norvell does not get fired this year. Deion can win the national title, and they're not firing Norvell.
Rafa.
Come on, man. That's like a double-edged sword. That motherfucker ain't winning 5 games. He's not even gonna beat Nebraska next week.
Rick Flores banged the over, by the way. He said if Colorado has another losing season, the only NIL deal they'll have will be grandma's cookies. Bang the over.
That was well put together.
That was well put together. Great.
Look at fucking.
We had one earlier, but we had passed the Chip Kelly argument.
Oh, good.
He said Chip Kelly has been eating the wrong flavor of grandma cookies this whole time. Vanilla.
Bang. Good shit, Rick. Good shit.
Jose Antiveros said, don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
Yeah.
Damn right. Roll Tide.
That's right.
Roll Tide.
Fuck them.
So, anyways, Colorado, them motherfuckers winning 4 games. They might struggle this week.
Dude, I think
they're not going to cover this week.
That's a tough first game.
It's a tough first game.
At home, too.
Yeah, it's a tough first game.
Who shows up? Is this tomorrow night?
Yes.
This might be a bad
nobody's showing up Denver Thursday night.
I think Colorado
Boulder
is a top 4 team in the Big 12.
Yes, I agree.
Nebraska, Utah, Arizona.
Nebraska.
I don't see.
Yeah.
I think Nebraska's going to be.
Yeah, Nebraska.
Okay.
Nebraska's going to beat them next week.
Okay.
And it's at Nebraska. And Nebraska's coaches, Mark Rule is way better than
Matt Rule.
Matt Rule is way better than fucking.
Back in the 90s, Nebraska, Colorado.
Tom Frazier.
That was a fucking
Cordell Stewart.
Big deal.
Joel Klatt.
No, Joel Klatt.
Fuck Joel Klatt. Cordell Stewart, baby.
That's
Cordell
way
Stewart,
after.
homie. Chris Brown.
Eric Bieniemy.
Oh,
Rashawn Salam.
Chris Brown. Remember Chris Brown?
54 played for the fucking Raiders, man.
Breezy?